What's up, guys? It's me, Spectrar here in another video, this time in Dwarf Fortress. Almost forgot the name of it there. Got it there at the end. So I attempted to start a little bit of a tutorial series for this, and I decided that unless you guys state that you want that, I've decided it is not the right way to go about doing this game. At least for now. So I've decided to just start a Let's Play tutorial thing. Essentially, I'm doing a Let's Play, but it's kind of half a tutorial along the way, where I basically just do a world and show you how I play. Whether that be the right way, wrong way, you can decide for yourself. I don't think there's any particular one way to play this game, and I am by no means a professional at this game. But I have made a world that I am kind of excited about. I'll show you this world. So we've got a big, nice open plain here with a nice brook, and it comes off, and then it goes to a nice waterfall that goes all the way down to there, which is pretty cool. So we got a really cool waterfall, which means we have water at a very low point and a very high point, which means we can create some pretty cool water systems without having to do too much screw pumps or machinery yet. So we can have maybe some pretty cool waterfalls and things like that early on, depending on how things go. We've also got some ponds, and you come over here and it kind of drops down into a lower area. I'll talk about this area right here. I'll pretty much be using my mouse to point at things for you guys. That's about it. I'll talk about all that in a minute, but we've got this nice open area down here, which I think I'm going to be doing most of my stuff on this. This is going to be like my main layer. But I went ahead and did some pre-planning of some parts of my fortress, doing kind of a design I'd never really done before. But we're going to continue to do some of the layout, but I'm going to kind of tell you how it goes. So this right here is my main entrance. I think it's eventually going to have like maybe a double row width all the way down here, and then the rest is going to be some kind of pit of water, lava, maybe just a deep pit. I don't really know. So that way when we get attacked, we have a place to defend from. Playing on this for right now being my army barracks where they train. That'll probably expand or possibly be moved later on. This is going to be our great hall for our meeting hall, essentially. Actually, you know what? Before we do anything, we're going to let our people start doing some stuff while I'm talking about this. That way we can double task. So I need to set up a zone. No, I need to set up a stockpile. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay, so we're going to set up a temporary stockpile just kind of right here. Yeah, at the entrance. And actually, before we're going to select... No, you know what? We're just going to make it and then go in and manually change it. So I'm picking stockpiles. Just going to make one big one so that it will hold a lot of stuff. A decent sized one. I'm going to come in here and change its settings. And we're going to say... yes, we want food. Alright. E for enable. Man, I'm forgetting everything. We pretty much wanted to accept just about everything so we can get everything out of that cart. I wanted to say minecart there for a minute, but that's not what I want. But we pretty much want to get everything out of that cart that's up there that everybody's by right now. Sheet? Yeah, I guess if we have any sheets. And then we also want a stockpile for wood, because we're going to cut down some wood. That way we have some wood here for building initial stuff. We'll make a decent sized pile to keep people busy. Wood, and then I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to do? We have animals, so we're going to set up a zone too, just to pasture the animals, at least temporarily. We'll include some of this water, and we will set it to a pen and pasture. N. Looks like it's some pretty good land for a pen and pasture. I'm kind of excited because this is a nice place. It seems like there's going to be a lot of good fruit, potentially some good wildlife. And then real quick, we're going to take this and remove some of these designations so that way he's not, our miner isn't digging all of this. Hopefully you can't hear my dog barking in the background. If you can, I'm sorry. I hope it's not too annoying. And then we're going to make our miner dig out our meeting room first. So we'll do that. Press F5 because I have that set up for the river up here. We're going to come up here, hit Q on our wagon. X to remove so that they dismantle it. Hopefully I have somebody with carpentry. And real quick, let's look at who I've actually got. Dog, be quiet. I'm recording. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. I can hear it quite loudly. So we got miner, 2 woodworkers, stonecutter, jeweler, 2 fishers. I've kind of changed things up on their job list when I first came in. So we don't actually have anybody fishing because I don't really want to have fishing as my food supply. We're going to have herbalists and fruit pickers and stuff like that. So we're going to focus on farming and fruit picking and all that stuff. Let's look at our... Is that not the right one? No. What am I... That's because I have somebody assigned or selected. So let's go to animals. We got 2 dogs of the same gender and 2 cats of the same gender. Dang it. I was hoping they'd be opposite genders. We got a horse and a water buffalo. Okay, so those will eventually be slaughtered for food. And those dogs will probably turn into either hunting dogs or war dogs, depending on what happens. Cats are good. They'll keep stuff off of the food pile, so that'll be nice. But let's go ahead and hit space. Let the game play itself out. Hopefully they actually dismantle that. I have F1 assigned down here. Okay, so they are actually working on this stuff. Man, I'm going to be pressing wrong buttons left and right. So our miner is currently stockpiling. We're going to change him so that he doesn't haul anything right now at the beginning. So let's see here. Stone hauling. We don't want wood hauling or item hauling. Food hauling. Furniture. Animal. So just in case I forget to do this, I'm not going to disable everything. So we'll leave them with stone hauling because we're not doing anything with that yet. Oh! Somehow, I think I may have actually... I probably just barely did that when I pressed enter instead of shift. So, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to make him a mason too. Okay, that's better. Now, hopefully he will get to the point where he starts mining. Anyways, back to our future dungeon that we are going to make. So up here, I've kind of set it up to where, at least for now, and remember, this is all kind of temporary. Things will probably change as they go, which will be repurposed. But for now, I was thinking stockpiles in these sections and then workshops in these sections. So that way we have like a main stockpile, and eventually we can have workshops in here specialized, so they're separated, like all the wood stuff, all the stone stuff, things like that, and then have mini piles in there for the person in the workstations that don't have to travel so far to gather stuff. Eventually in the future. And then over here I've got bedrooms, basically 4x4 for regular folk. These bigger ones for more important people as they need. You know, if they need a bigger space to do their job, which some dwarves demand for some reason. Has he started? Oh, hey, would you look at that? I'm super stupid. And, continued to leave this totally accessible to the outside, so that despite my little cutoff, they would mine it anyways. God, I'm stupid sometimes. Oh well, at least he did it fast. He seems like he's actually a pretty... No, actually, what it probably is this is just sand. Yeah, okay, so this is just sand right here. That's fine. We can deal with sand, and we can move our entrance later if we need to. We can end up walling that off and repurposing stuff. So yeah, that's kind of my purpose so far. I need to decide where I'm going to put offices. So I want this kind of area to be workshops. And based on when I go down or up layers, it will add more workshops and everything as I go. I'm kind of tempted to leave this area open right here in case I need to make a room that I wasn't planning on. Like maybe the hospital over here or something. Let's see here. I do need to set up a burial room eventually. Maybe we'll have that be up here. Let's set that up right up here. So we're going to come up here with our D for mine. And we're going to set up just a really nice burial room. You'll find that most of my shapes are boxes. I try to get all artistic sometimes. But that typically doesn't happen for me just because I'm not artsy enough. But I'm going to try to make this burial room nice. So we're going to do that. Hit X for remove designation, and we're going to... Let's see here. Let's try to get all artistic with it. And then that... That... Kind of mimic the other side. Sorry for you ADHD people. I probably said that completely wrong and look like a fool now. OCD, that's the word I'm thinking of. Sorry for you OCD people. Things are not going to be always perfectly symmetrical or on point. And then we're going to come in here and we're going to set up some big old fat columns to make this look like an official tomb of some kind. Yeah. Looks tomb-esque. And then we'll just kind of... We'll figure out some pattern for setting this up. And we will essentially come up to here. Oh, oops. I need to switch back to D for actual digging. And then we'll have a single row, because it's not like we're having a lot of traffic to come over here. It's a solemn place for dwarves to come think about their past and lost loved ones. Anyways, back to letting our miner go to work. So now we need to prep for when our miner gets to this point. I think I'm just going to do one row at a time. We have struck red barrel. Yay! That's probably what this stuff is. Some kind. Okay, so real quick, let's... I know every time I'm in these menus, it's interrupting my miner, but that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and do that, and then come down this way, and discontinue these, and add them as needed in the future. There we go. Let him continue to build. Now, my idea for a waterfall is typically I like to do a waterfall where there's going to be a lot of traffic by dwarves because the mist from a waterfall makes dwarves happy. And I would like to create some kind of shallow pool that dwarves can walk through to get their swimming up. But I'm starting to think that's going to be less and less important for this world simply because there's not a ton of water, and the river is actually a brook, not a main river. Why aren't these things being moved? No job? What is this? Oh, it's a barrel, so I need to change permissions. Max barrel, Shift R. Oh, I didn't want to do max. I just want to do, there we go. Let's have a whole bunch. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Max barrel. I don't care how many barrels are in there. Let's do that. Okay, so they'll move everything down there. Let's go back up and see if there's anything else that was looking... What is that? Are those bones? Hamster remains. Our cats have already attacked something. Okay. Do we have... Because we actually set this zone up to be a pen and pasture. Do we actually have somebody that will do pasturing? Animal caretaker. That's what we want. Yeah, we do. Okay. Expedition leader. I assigned that. Okay. Hold on, Mr. Miner. Or double miners. You got this. Select. I haven't been checking my announcements. What is this? Rough-hewn topaz. I need to go through and re-remember what some of the minerals are for this game. Because I have a feeling that's going to be important to remember, like what turns into like copper and steel and or iron, I guess I should say. So yeah, you see this gray stuff right here? That's like mist. I think so. Or maybe if we go down a few layers. And then hit K. Come over here. Mist. Yeah, that's what makes dwarves happy. So I want to create some of that. And I typically do it in front of the main hall, the main meeting room kind of area is what I've done in the past. So I think I'm going to keep this area, this level, just right on top of all this, free of digging, so that I can do channels for water as I need. And then the nice thing about this is that we'll be able to come up here, dig a channel, have the water go down, and then when we're done with the water, instead of having to pull it or pump it somewhere, we can just come right back down, all the way down to this sea level, and put it right back into the brook again without having to do anything, because we come over here and we haven't hit that layer of fortress yet. So it'll be really useful, unless we start getting to the point where we put water down really low. So, yeah. So I think I'm going to let this go for a little bit. We're going to dig out this first... Actually, we're going to dig out the first two areas for workshops and places to store stuff. And honestly, this will probably be a place to store stuff until I get an army going. And I think we're going to actually... Gosh dang it, switch to D. I think we're actually going to stop there, and I'm going to let these guys continue to work after I let you guys go. And I'll put supplies in their areas, set up the meeting area, and then next episode we'll start setting up our initial workshops and kind of continue on with the beginning setup of workshops and whatnot. We're going to go ahead and connect this area too. There you go. And that's kind of what we'll focus on next time. So I hope you guys enjoy this series. I enjoy this game. I can't imagine too many people will enjoy watching this game, but I'm going to be doing it for my fun anyways, and hopefully somebody gets entertainment out of it or usefulness out of it. And then maybe eventually I will do tutorials again for this game, but I feel like this Let's Play format might be a little nicer for this, and I'll try to keep them short and try to skip stuff. But yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys next time. See ya!